I am so excited to be here with Elizabeth Patricia Connor. She is the owner of Lapazul, the boutique retreat center that we will be having our 50 Fun Things experience Pura Vida in Costa Rica, February 12th through 18th, 2024. So welcome, Elizabeth Patricia. And if we could start out by you sharing your vision and how it came to be for Lapazul.
Let me tell you, I'm so excited that you're coming, that you're bringing your group. This is the reason why we built Lapazul. I've had these dreams for over 20 years now. And finally, I was able to build. I mean, we started from nothing. It was just land. And I had the vision of having this place that I had needed in my 20s when I was going through a rough time. And I really wanted a place that was absolutely beautiful in a warm country with a beautiful view because I feel that nature is so healing. I was finally able to do it. My husband and I built this place from scratch. And I would say that the number one thing for La Pazul is peace and tranquility. We wanted to offer this beautiful place for people to come and just enjoy, be pampered, and just enjoy the tranquility and the beauty and be able to do the work that they need to do to be the best people that they can be.
I would also add that Lapazul, even if you've never been to Costa Rica, it will feel like coming home. And I know, Elizabeth Patricia, you had a sense of coming home when you found this space. Would you like to say a little bit about that?
I mean, I was just a little tidbit of information is I was born in Costa Rica, but I never lived in Costa Rica. My dad worked for the airlines. So when I had this feeling, when I arrived at the land, I had that feeling and I just saw the view, which we have over 180-degree view of the ocean. And it was like, okay, this is it. I'm here, I'm home. And not only that, but I could feel everything, just like all the stress, everything just go from my body. And I could be present, 100% present. And we talk about that being present a lot, but to actually experience it is something totally different. And so I hoped that that was the feeling that people would have when they came to La Pazul and that it wasn't just me. And it's true. I mean, how did you feel when you walked in?
It felt so grounding, so peaceful. I really felt like life was put into perspective when I was at Lapazul. And so, yeah, when I talked about that coming home feeling, it's just that sense of ease and I belong here. And this is a wonderful experience to just like to be in your life in that moment.
Mhm.
And huge shifts happened for people and myself by just simply being in that environment. And of course, the programs and the excursions and all that play a role, but the very space of it held us to have increased awareness or different perspective or new ideas or clarity. Those were some of the words I heard people using, and it's hard to describe. I'm using the word magical because that's how it felt to me, and again, that sense of peace.
It is magical. It is magical. Maybe we should start using that word. But not only that, but we have the greatest staff, don't we? I mean, everybody that works at La Pazul is there for you, to make you feel comfortable, to make sure that you're not lacking anything, that, all your activities are fun and safe. And, it's just, yeah, it really is an experience. And it's not only for the people that attend, but also for us that are there, to offer that help and that service. It's really amazing for us as well, which is
I'm
great.
so glad that you shared that about the staff because I think that is also part of the feeling like coming home is you almost feel like you're part of your family with your staff when we're there and with you. We're with each other for the week and the conversations and the care and the staff adore working there and the things they said about how they feel like working there is like their second family and they just couldn't be happier. And so if the staff is that happy to be working there,
Yeah,
you can imagine how happy you'll be if you're just there for a week.
yeah. I always like to include them because I mean it's a package deal, right? They're a huge part of the experience that people have at La Pasun. Yeah.
Exactly. Like when you experience that,
Mhm.
then you can access that feeling and that way of being again. So I'm just going to walk what the journey is like when we go to Lapazul and then what you'll see. So we'll start out in San Jose, then we'll spend a night in the hotel, and then the next day we take a little plane, which is incorporated in the retreat registration. We fly to Capos and we'll be greeted by that delightful staff that we were just talking about, and they have the cars that are just for us. We're warmly, warmly greeted. We drive to Lapazul and we see the environment. Oh, first of all, when you're flying to Lapazul, you get to see the rainforest and the ocean. Oh my God, like it feels like front row seat. You can't even believe how the lushness of the trees and the environment. And so yes, back to being greeted, and we're driving to Lapazul up a small, I would call it a small mountain. And then you come into the gates and you see this beautiful place, and it's a boutique destination. So it's not a huge hotel. It's just for us. Some friends of mine, I was showing them some pictures, and they said, "Oh, you need to tell people that this is secluded. You are not butting up against other homes or buildings. It feels like our own little oasis." So, first of all, from your room, you look out. Everybody's got a balcony for the room. You look out, and oh, there's a beautiful infinity pool, which is reflecting the landscape and the incredible sunsets. And then over the infinity pool, oh, there's the forest, which is going down and looking over the ocean. So you get this perspective of all the whole environment around you, and it's just absolutely stunning. And every night when we have dinner with the sunset, every night the sunset is a completely fresh painting by nature that is just awe-inspiring.
And don't forget our resident sloth, Lola, and the toucans, and all the birds in the morning, the parrots, and we've had macaws come now,
Oh
and
wow.
it's amazing. It's just totally amazing.
Oh, and I love, love, love those blue morphos
Oh,
butterflies.
yeah, it's my favorite.
Oh, those are my
Yeah,
favorite. Yes, just
the electric blue. Mhm.
oh, and so yes, it's absolutely wonderful, all of that. I would love to get your input on how it felt with the 50 Fun Things closure activity that I led.
It was, yeah, it was lots of fun, and just the things that people came up with. I mean, that they were calling out, what it was like to be there. And then you sent me, the square with all the words in it and everything. And I thought, oh my God, that is so cool. I think we put it in our social media because I mean, it was just like amazing. And just to hear, when we were there doing the exercise, just to hear what people were coming at, things that I wouldn't even think of that were important to them, that they noticed, that they that they would remember about their week there. I thought it's so valuable, Teresa, what you do. It really is. And I wish that everybody would experience it so that they can have their own 50 things to look forward to.